So, we're here to talk about mining. So, what is mining? Mining is the removal from the earth of valuable minerals or other geological resources, typically from a deposit of ore body, vein, shale, reef, or placer. Such deposits form an economically valuable mineralized kit for the miner. Most mines, although the volcanoes may be inactive or extinct, are located in or near volcanic formations.
So what are the types of mining? There are four types of mining: surface mining, underground mining, placer mining, and in situ mining. Underground mines are more expensive and are often used to reach deeper deposits. Surface mines are typically used for shallower and less valuable deposits. Placer mining is used to shift out valuable metals from sediments in river channels, beach, sands, or other environments. In situ mining, which is primarily used in mining uranium, involves dissolving the mineral resource in place, then processing it at the surface without moving rock from the ground.
Mining. First is the indigenous people. Second is the involuntary resettlement. Third is the artisanal mining. Fourth is the corporate governance and standards. Fifth and lastly is corporate social investment. Indigenous people. Indigenous peoples have strong links with the natural environment, and especially with the land. Miners seeking to work in areas where land and other traditional rights are in place face complex issues and sometimes get limited help from governments reluctant to deal with traditional rights. Artisanal mining. Artisanal mining provides a living for many poor people in resource-rich developing countries. The section is often unregulated, with formal miners having to compete with artisanal diggers for their own resources. Corporate governance and standards. Many developing countries have weak legislation on the management of mining impacts and the use of tax and royalty revenues. This may allow some officials to adopt corrupt practices and some miners to dodge responsibilities. Corporate Social Investment or CSI. Mining contributes to the economies of many developing countries. However, the wealth may not reach local communities. Responsible miners often seek to contribute to local development, but they face a number of challenges, including unrealistic expectations and a plethora of deserving projects. The social issue team has assisted clients to pursue CSI strategies that are defensible and sustainable.
The Philippines is the fifth most mineral-rich country in the world for gold, copper, chromite. For air, mining has an effect on the quality of the air. Coal mines release methane that contributes to the environmental issues since it contains greenhouse gas. Some cooling plants may release these ozone-depleting substances, yet the amount released is very just small. Gold mining industry is actually one of the most destructive industries in the world because of the toxins released into the air. Another side effect of mining are acid rain and smog. A total of 142 million tons of sulfur dioxide is emitted into the atmosphere every year because of melting, and it is 13% of total emissions. For water, when sulfide is oxidized through contact with air via mining, it forms sulfuric acid, and when this is combined with trace elements, it has a negative impact on groundwater. This happens both surface and underground mines. Chemical deposits that are left over from explosives are usually toxic, and it increases the salinity of mine water as well as contaminating it through the in situ mining. Groundwater can be directly contaminated, in which a solvent seeps into unmined rock, leaching minerals. Toxins like cyanide and mercury are used in the extraction of minerals that can permanently pollute the water, making it difficult to the fishermen to find fish. Spills into the lake and ocean can also add toxic to heavy metals and sulfuric acid to the environment where it can take years. For land. Land impacts are immense in mining, which involves moving large quantities of rock and in surface mining. Almost all of the mined or of non-ferrous metals become waste. Mining activities might as well lead to erosion, which is very dangerous for the land. This also leads to destruction of riverbanks and changes how the river flows, where it flows, what lives in it. Toxins such as cyanide and byproducts like mercury, which is used in the extraction of minerals, can permanently pollute the land, and people will no longer be able to farm in certain places. Open pit mining also leaves behind large craters that can be seen from outer space.